Air travel is soaring around the globe, and so is demand for pilots. Airlines will have to hire nearly 500,000 commercial pilots in the next 20 years to keep up with all the aircraft orders. The biggest need is in the Asia-Pacific region. Boeing estimates nearly 200,000 pilots will be hired there, and that's being fueled by growth in China. Seth Doan is in Beijing. Seth, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Gail. We got a glimpse of just how chaotic travel in China can be earlier this week as the National Day holiday wrapped up. 4,000 flights were added to accommodate travelers during that week alone.
1-6 right report, ready for pushback.
After 15 years of flying, American pilot Dave Hubberts knows the cockpit, even if the destinations are different.
He was doing Greensboro and Chicago and Fargo and Lafayette, Louisiana, whereas here I get to go to Qingdao and Wenzhou and Fuzhou and, oh God, Weihai, Wuhan.
Places you'd never heard of before?
Not only places I'd never heard of before, but I mean, look at Tianjin. Tianjin's a city of 10 million people that I'd never heard of before I looked at coming here.
Tianjin, China actually has 14 million people, and now it's home to this 33-year-old pilot with Tianjin Airlines. Did you ever have any thought that you might be a pilot working in China?
You know, the thought never really crossed my mind.
At least not until layoffs at the regional carrier he worked for in Chicago.
I got moved back from captain to first officer. A regional airline's first officer doesn't make a lot of money.
What were you making?
Enough to qualify for food stamps with a family of 4.
Really? According to U.S. industry estimates, first officers at regional carriers can make as little as $20,000 a year, whereas this Tianjin Airlines job advertised pay of $18,000 a month. How much more money are you making flying planes here in China than you were making back in the U.S.?
With overtime and some bonuses I had last month, it was the equivalent to salary last month of about 9 months of regional first officer pay. Tianjin Airlines has 56 foreign pilots, 17 are Americans. Li Ronghui, general manager of Tianjin's flight department, talked with us about the challenges of recruiting pilots. When it comes to growth in this industry here, is there such a thing as too fast? Do you sacrifice safety when you're building up like this? Whatever growth we have, safety is always the priority, he told us. No airline can afford unsafe incidents. From his seat in the cockpit, Dave Hubberts sees China's growth. With the middle class expanding like it is in China, they want to travel, they want to go places, and you don't realize just what that equates to until you get over here and you see it for yourself and you realize that no matter where we run the airplanes, they're full. Now, those airplanes are so full that China's airlines are expected to have to triple the number of aircraft they have over the next 20 years. The problem is it can take up to 10 years to train a pilot. So that means the only empty seats on those new aircraft might be at the front of the plane in the cockpit. Charlie and Gail?
Nice close, Seth.
Very nice. Thank you, Seth.
It's another example of the sign of the times, isn't it?
It really is.
You know,
it's creating unique opportunities where people hadn't seen them before.
And the fact that China has these cities that are so huge that we've never really thought about them. There are a number of cities they have that have more than 10 million people.
I know. Charlie, the numbers in China are staggering.
Exactly.
Really.
And the emerging middle class wants to travel.